Hey.
We are here with Marian from Masterline, and he's going to show us the new products. So, what we have here?
Yes, this year we will be releasing 3 new products. One of them is a filter media, a biological filter media, in fact. It's in 6 to 12 millimeters dimension. It's very porous. Bacteria settle on the channels and slowly decompose the bad things in the aquarium, the organic matter, the ammonia, and the nitrates. We are recommending 1 liter for 100 liter aquarium. Before closing the filter, it's a good thing to rinse it a bit directly in the trays to wash up the fine dust on the exterior of the grains.
What is your recommendation on the mount for the water?
Yeah, I think I've already told it. It's 1 liter for 100 liters aquarium.
You had two sizes, right?
Yes, there will be 2 sizes. One is 1 liter and one is 3 liter. Like this. Yeah.
Big bottle. Yeah.
It's more economical. Yeah.
You already know what will be the public price, or is still wondering?
I'm not sure at this moment, but should be more affordable than others on the market.
Like 1 month, 2 months?
Sorry?
On the market?
I think that 1 or 2 months, yes.
2 months?
Yes.
So, besides the Filter Media Max from Masterline?
A second product is Masterline Root Max. It's a substrate additive. It contains all the micronutrients and macronutrients, but also other good things for the plants like amino acids, like enzymes, like hormones, things that which are not normally in liquid fertilizers or in other types of nutrients for the substrate. It's in yes, it's in pellet form. It's actually the main ingredient in aqua soils, but here it's raw, meaning that it's not mixed with anything else, so it has more nutrients.
Okay.
And the release is longer. Usually with an aqua soil, you get the best growth in the first 3 months to 6 months, maybe. With RootMax, you can achieve these results on a longer term, 6 months to 12 months. After 12 months, the release will be slower, but it will still be there, and the plants will benefit from it. It's a 100% natural product. It's organic. The plants prefer the nutrients that it offers because they invest less energy to absorb them. The pellets get colonized by bacteria, and the bacteria will slowly start to decompose what the organic inside. One of the reasons why the release is longer is also the fact that the pellets are bigger than normal aqua soil, and it takes some time for the bacteria to reach the middle of the pellets. Yes.
So your recommendation, I see you have different sizes here.
Yes. For example, this is 250 milliliters. This is recommended for 30p tank, 60p tank.
60p?
Yeah.
60 by 30?
Yeah. We are recommending to be added on the bottom of the tank, or if, for example, you are using volcano lava or crushed lava rocks on the bottom of the tank, it's a better way to add it on top of the lava rocks and only afterwards to add the substrate. It works very well also with inert substrates like gravel.
Sand.
Yeah.
So basically, you can work both ways. it's a root cap that you can put on the substrate later on with a tweezer, or you can just use it as a bottom fertilization.
Yes. But it takes longer to insert it with a tweezer. The best results will be when you apply the entire quantity for the tank before adding the substrate.
Okay, you were talking about using it with volcanic rock. Do you think it would be a good approach to use, for example, filter max in a 60 peak underneath and then blend it with the root max?
Yes, but it might be too costly.
But in terms of quality, if cost is not a problem, quality-wise...
It can be done. It's even better because root max has more capacity for bacteria compared to lava rock. It's more porous.
So this can combo with that?
Yes.
Okay, nice to know. So, besides the root max, filter max,
the third product
GH+.
is a GH+. It's a mix of minerals. It's in salt form. It has a measuring spoon inside. It adds calcium, magnesium, and also a little bit of potassium, around 5 ppm potassium. We are recommending it to be dissolved prior to adding it to the aquarium in a container while stirring, slowly adding it, and the dissolve rate should be the highest in this way. It doesn't affect the KH. Actually, the plants and not even the fish or the shrimp, they don't need the KH.
Okay. So it's only calcium and magnesium?
Yes, the ratio is 4 to 1.
4 to 1
Yes.
ratio? Okay.
It adds 30 ppm calcium, 7.5 magnesium.
On those that you recommend, right?
Yes. If the recommended dose is followed.
Okay. So I also heard about it, and you told me that it doesn't have trace elements. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes. Actually, it's not needed to have anything else besides calcium and magnesium. And, well, on top of this calcium and magnesium, I've added a little bit of potassium, which will not make a very high difference. But in some situations, it can help to have a boost when after you change the water, to keep the potassium level at a higher, to keep the potassium at a higher level. And the micronutrients you usually get from liquid fertilizer, so it's not a good thing to add the same elements from different locations. Afterwards, you can have a hard time controlling the concentrations in your tank.
So, to sum it up, it's a 4 to 1 ratio, calcium, magnesium, no trace elements.
Yes, just a little bit of potassium. Yes.
And it's very fine powder that you recommend to dilute before adding to the water.
Yeah. What I'm doing in my tanks, but I'm not trying to suggest this to anyone. If you prefer to do it, you do it with caution. I take the measuring spoon and I add it directly into the surface skimmer.
Okay.
My surface skimmers are connected to the filter, to the external canister, and they dissolve inside the filter. All that comes out is like a fine white dust.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the news for 2024 Masterline.
Yeah, they come in 3 sizes, also root max. Yeah, and of course.
So Marian, of course, you still have the main products of your line.
Yes, I can tell you a few things about them. We have the all-in-one red, which is a formula with all the nutrients but no nitrates. It's a formula good for people who prefer to have a better control over the nitrates in their tanks. For example, if they want a more intense red color, you can use such a formula. Or if you have too many fish, or if the tap water has a lot of nitrates, this is also a good formula. We have the all-in-one lean, which is a formula for slow-growing plants. It contains all the nutrients. You can use it also to boost the red colors You can use it for aquascaping tanks, also for Dutch tanks, but the growth rate will be slower. We have the all-in-one golden, which is our all-around formula, which can work for multiple types of tanks. Very good. It will give a moderate growth rate. Also medium pigments, medium red colors, if you want to compare it with all-in-one lean. Yeah.
At least currently, do you agree this is like the best sell product, the best seller in overall?
All-in-one, well, I think it's dependent on the market. Every market, every country has its own preferences. So in some countries it's a popular formula, but in other countries we have other formulas which are more popular. Yeah, and we have the all-in-one boost, which is our formula for farm tanks, for Dutch tanks, tanks where you want to boost the growth of the plants. It can also be used in aquascapes if you wish your plants to be bigger leaves, thicker stems, but it needs some knowledge about it. Yeah, you have to know what you are doing. All of them have the same dosage, which is 1 milliliter for 30 liters. This should be easy. I've tried to make this in order for the aquarists not to calculate and not to think too much of the dosage. Yeah.
So this can be also, in your opinion, a good product to use when the client doesn't have aqua soil or fertile substrate?
Yes, actually all of them can be used if you have inert substrate or aqua soil. Of course, with aqua soil the growth will be better. Yeah.
And still, we still have the conditioning water?
Yeah, we have the water conditioners. One of them is safe water for chlorine, chloramine, and heavy metals. We have crystal clear, which clears up the water. All the fine particles that are floating into in the water are bind together, and the filter takes them. Yeah.
It works with organic.
Yeah, organic waste, what fish and plants produce. For example, if you have a bacteria bloom, it will not work, or if it will work, it will be temporary because the bacteria afterwards will multiply again. It also doesn't work with dust, very fine dust from the sand, for example.
Because it's inorganic.
Yes. Everything that's organic it's what works with crystal clear. Oh, sorry. That was safe water. Yeah. I meant this.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. We have our root caps, which are capsules with slow release nutrients. You insert them in the substrate and they release the nutrients over the course of 3 to 4 months. We have the Purity, which is the filter media, which also works in a similar way to crystal clear, but you have to place it in the filter. It absorbs very fine particles and gives the water that crystal clear effect.
Can you elaborate a little bit about the dosage of this product, why you made it this way?
Yes. I'm recommending it to be used in a higher volume, because if you use a low volume, it will get loaded very fast and it will not do anything. It will just stay in the filter. By using a higher volume, it will absorb more or on a longer period of time.
So this is the reason why on this size, 20
Yes,
50 ml?
The recommendation is 100 milliliters for 100 liters aquarium.
And the reason is because it will last longer?
Longer, yes, and it will keep the water clearer for a longer period of time.
Okay,
yes.
So
it can also be regenerated. We also have some zip bags for it, especially designed by me, which they stay flat. It's important this is important because usually if the bag is like a round bag, the interior of the filter material will not do its job in a proper way. Only the exterior will absorb and the interior will be untouched. Yes.
So you also told me a little bit about the KH minus. Something will happen to it?
Yeah. KH minus, we will discontinue it, and we are planning to replace it with a product that is in salt form. It's more economic and more easier and cheaper to be dosed than the liquid one.
The last but not the least, we still have a couple of products from Masterline.
Yeah, we have the Masterline Carbo, which everybody knows. It's liquid carbon that adds a small amount of carbon, but also helps with algae on the long term. It can also be dosed as a local treatment with a syringe if there are any spots that there are algae, spots where there aren't any plants or fish around. It's important to take note of this because it might burn if there are plants nearby. Also, the dosage is 1 milliliter per 30 liters, just like to keep it simple. We have the micro and macronutrients in separate bottles. For aquarists who prefer to have a better control, meaning that they can dose more macros or more micros without affecting the other. Also, same dosage, 1 milliliter per 30 liters. All our formulas can be dosed daily or weekly after the water change.
It's not here, but some of these products even have the 5-liter option, right?
Yeah, true. For the main formulas, we also have 5-liter canisters, which are more economic. When you buy a 5-liter, you pay like you would buy only 4 liters, so 1 liter is bonus.
Okay. So
yes, and of course we have the individual elements: nitrates, phosphates, potassium, and iron, for people who prefer to have an even better control of their tanks and of the concentrations inside the tanks.
So, to sum it up, you got individual nutrients, micros and macros.
Yes, liquid carbon.
The new products that are coming in 1 or 2 months.
Yes.
And all-in-ones.
Water conditioning, root caps, and purity. And also our famous multicolor tools.
Yep. Very beautiful.
Yeah.
High quality, as usual. Got the spring scissor, the tweezer as well. Any future products regarding aquascaping tools, or keep it this way?
Maybe a tool for inserting the capsules in the substrate, and also the root max. Maybe a shorter tweezer also in the future. There are plenty of options.
So the brand is growing up.
Yes.
You are still adding new things to the catalog.
All the time.
Okay, Marian, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And see you in 2 years.
Yeah.